mind, not even close. Mr. Contest Master, friends, than anyone who's ever felt the joy of giving. It's not better. It's 101 times better. To truly feel it is a tremendous experience. It happened to me just this last Christmas. I was calling Chrissy, an acquaintance of mine, to wish her Merry Christmas, and she told me her daughter just landed a great job in Seattle. And to make up for lost time, mother and daughter were going to drive up together. She told me that her daughter's truck was loaded to the hilt and had a trailer packed to the brim. So much so that the truck manufacturer recommended they should unhitch that truck at night or they could damage the truck's transmission. She told me they weren't strong enough, so they were going to have to unload 5 book boxes, unhitch it, reload the 5 book boxes, and if that wasn't bad enough, they were going to have to do the process again in the morning. They were going to have to do that every day till they got to Seattle. She said, you know, Tony, if it wasn't for that, I'd really be looking forward to this trip, but it's a lot of work. But I really love my daughter. Well, after I hung up the phone, I thought, a lot of work? That isn't the half of it. They're going to be doing it in December, at night, cold. Can you imagine cold, hot and cold, rain and snow? It's just unimaginable. And I thought, there has to be a better solution. So I thought if they had a jack, that's it. They put a jack under the hitch. That would take care of it. And I thought, now I'm going to show up at her house with the jack. She's going to think, you know, I'm really weird, strange. She may even think I'm hitting on her. And then maybe I am. So I don't care what it looks like and I don't care what they think. When I see the opportunity to give someone something nice and follow my heart, I'm going to do it. So I ran over Home Depot and I bought a $12 jacket. Just to make sure I wasn't that much too short, I bought a 59-cent brick. And I immediately drove over to her house. I knew she was busy that day, so I tiptoed up to her front doorstep and I laid the jack down and laid the brick down. I tiptoed back to my car and I drove back to my office. I called her up and I said, hey, Chrissy, how you doing? She goes, yeah, what can I do for you? I said, look out your front door. She goes, my gosh, Tony, what a tremendous gift. If you had just given me the idea, that would have been enough. She said, God bless your little soul. Well, after I hung up the phone, my energy shot up 3 notches. It was electrifying. Wow, it was like drugs. It wasn't long before I needed another fix. And I began a frenzy of random acts of giving. And the power surged in my body. And then it occurred to me, giving is energizing. Everyone involved is a little more energized, a little more happy. Life's flow is a little bit more in sync. I've come to believe that the human nature has a natural harmonic energy which reverberates with resounding presence when triggered by a genuine act of selfless giving. Giving is energy. Givergy. I've discovered a new form of energy. That energy that's free for the giving. Yes, is your day going kind of slow and you don't know what to do? Givergy's for you. Is your life in a rut, in a hole, and you need something dearly to pull you through? Givergy's for you. You see, Givergy's that intoxicating energy which radiates through your whole body. As you walk down the street, you'll be a beacon of vitality. Just look at me. Now, let me warn you, Givergy is addictive. And once you let that genie out of the bottle, there is no putting him back in. You'll be addicted for life. So listen carefully to the Givergy rules, if you dare. Givergy rule number 1, you can give to anyone. Givergy rule number 2, you can give anything. A compliment, a words of encouragement, or a $12 jack and a 59-cent bread. But rule number 3 is the most critical, because it is the heart and soul of Givergy. You must give without expecting anything in return, because if you did, it wouldn't be a random act of selfless giving, but rather a calculated act of selfish trading. And you see, that's not the same. You see, that key will not unleash the power of your Givergy. If everyone in this room were to practice 3 simple random acts of selfless giving, we'd create a small ripple of kindness in the ocean of life. And as more people would feel the energy, a wave. Can you imagine if the whole world arrived at a single-minded consciousness of selfless giving? It would be a tidal wave of change, and the world would never be the same. But you may say, I'm miserable. No one's ever given me anything, and I'm not going to give them anything either. Well, I'm not going to disagree, you're miserable. And if you're happy being miserable, I wouldn't change a thing. And some people are, you know. But practice your 3 random acts of selfless giving. Break that cycle of misery. Be kind, be giving. Unleash your Givergy. Practice all. As you walk down the street, give someone a compliment. Maybe another day, give your friend a hand. And then as you're walking down, you see a homeless person. Give that person $1. Walk away. And tell them you can't feel the power of Givergy in your soul. Okay, I'll practice my 3 random acts of selfless giving, but you know they're going to think I'm really strange. Well, they're going to think that anyway. Look at me. But what if she thinks I'm hitting on her? Maybe you are. But what if they think I'm some kind of wacko, kind of codependent psycho? You know, they don't even care what would I give them. You know, those are all true statements. You can't control what people think. The fact of the matter is, I used to feel the exact same way. Until one day someone said to me, Tony, you're really a kind, giving, and nice person. And when you see the opportunity to give someone something nice, you follow your heart. And then as I wrote this speech, I recalled the person who gave me those kind, loving, and nurturing words. It was Chrissy. I guess it is true what they say, what goes around comes around. And random acts of selfless giving are no exception. Practice your 3 random acts of giving. Unleash the power of your Givergy. Mr. Contest Master.